Hello, welcome back to another Manga Talks. Today we have a video full of hauls. A big part of it will be manga magazines, quite a number of them, because I got a pretty good stroke of luck and picked up a bunch of these Kakuu magazines, which I only had one of in the past, but now I have like 10. So very lucky to have that. We'll be showing that in the second half of the video, because the first half I wanted to talk about just a couple of books I picked up from the new opening of Cockatoo Comics in Sydney. So they are the store that helps run and set up SCAMP, so the Sydney Comics Arts Marketplace. Been there twice now, so it's been 2 years since they've been doing that specific festival. So good. And they opened a new location recently, so went to there and found some amazing books. So these three are the books that I picked up from there. So the first one here is called This Dread Disease We Call Skin by Erika Price. I have actually bought a book from them beforehand. So this is Disorder. Showed it off in another, it must have been the SCAMP video, I think, for last year. I picked this up. I haven't read this one yet, but Erika Price is a trans artist and they do this body horror type of comic illustrations and artwork. And so this specific one is a collection of their short comics from 2019 to 2020. And just from looking at it, even though I haven't read it yet, I think I would enjoy it a lot because it is very rough, it is very crazy looking, and body horror is very much up my alley. So looking forward to reading that. And they do have, Cockatoo Comics has stocked some other stuff. I think the name of their other series must be, yeah, it's called Worms. Cockatoo Comics has the first and the second book. I don't know how many books there will be for Worms, but either way, go check them out if you're interested. Okay, the next thing will be this one here. So I personally do not have any. This is my first Shigeru Mizuki book, actually. So this is the Kitaro book put out by Drawn Quarterly, and I got this for a steal. So I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I gotta get it. You know, I've always wanted to read Mizuki's Kitaro, but I guess I never just had the drive to do it until now, seeing this pop up at such a cheap price. So I'm very excited for that, and eventually, of course, like I will get all the other Mizuki books put out by Drawn and Quarterly. And it is a little banged up, but it doesn't matter. I don't care about the quality of a book. You know, most of my books anyways are very old, 30, 40 years old, 50 years old even. So, you know, doesn't really matter to me, but I'm very excited to get into that, especially because I have, of course, read through a number of one-shots from Mizuki that have been shown in Garo, and also in the past I watched like a little bit of the Kitaro, Gege no Kitaro anime, like the remake when I was younger. So yeah, excited for that. Such a steal. So very happy. And also, last thing, this is I think the highlight, I would say, of my haul. So I was just looking around the store, you know, and saw this book, had no title on it, so I was like, okay, looks really interesting. Look at the back, saw the Yeti, and okay, I was like, Mississippi. Can't not recognize that Yeti when it comes to Mississippi. So this is called Night on Earth, an art book by them. I personally didn't even know about Mississippi putting out an art book, but what's even cooler was that I only noticed a couple minutes ago, another stroke of luck, this book here is signed by Mississippi, and this was put out in 2021. So insane luck when it came to this book. And of course, if you don't know Mississippi, they have had a book put out in English by Glacier Bay Books. This one over here titled The Invisible Parade. And this one came out a couple years ago. Really love the art style, and love, honestly, that the fact they used blue ink for this one. And there's a little section where you gotta flip the book a little bit, but a lot of weird magical realism stories that come in this one. But super happy to have found this one. I did not, yeah, like it actually does say on the inside of this one that he has put out like Night on Earth as the self-published monograph, and I guess I just missed that or I forgot about it. But just to give you a glimpse of the inside, so at the back we have just a list of their exhibitions, their works, participations in things, and like book fairs and whatnot, and just a catalog, and then everything else will be the artworks. So amazing stuff. I think I love this cover, honestly. It's so chill. It's just a very chill vibe. I love it. It's just a quiet book with a lot of simple looking artwork, but it's a lot of things that I think evoke a lot of wonder. So super happy to have found this. Was not expecting for it to be so recently published too, 2021. Although, you know, now that I think about it, that's 5 years ago. But either way, this book looked like something that was like a lot older. But what's really cool is that when I posted this on my Instagram, Mississippi shared a story, and they actually said that around 30 years ago they used to live in Sydney for a year. So it's very cool to see one of their books in Sydney in Cockatoo Comics. So super happy about this one. Just under the radar. You never. This is why you go to physical stores, especially secondhand bookstores. You never know what you'll find, and it's always just like it's a nice experience when you go in blind and you're open to finding new stuff of whatever genre. So yeah, super happy. Shout out to Cockatoo Comics. Give them a visit if you are in Sydney and around Newtown. They're only a couple minutes from the station. All right, so let's move on to the next part of the video. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 issues of this Kakuu manga magazine. So I'll be showing them off one by one. But if you don't know about Kakuu, in the past I've made one manga magazine video flipping through it. I think it was issue 14 or something, with a cover by Kawakatsu Tokushige, and quite a hard manga magazine to find just because of its limited print run, and it's like a doujin like manga magazine, so it's like, you know, self-published thing. But just a little background about it. So it started in 2006, put out by Semi Shobo, the publisher behind it. So it was run by Nishino Sorao, who was also a mangaka as well. I did show off a book from them in one of my older videos, so you can just search up their name in my channel. But later on, it was taken over by Kawakatsu Tokushige, who did this book here. I haven't read yet, but Kawakatsu Tokushige is having a book released in English by Glacier Bay Books called, I think, The Cursed Body. That was a part of the Kickstarter last year, where we had people like the new Akino Kondo manga as well. We had a lot of different manga in that Kickstarter, so that is coming out soon. And I think once this video has released, the event has probably passed already, but there was a meet and greet, like a book event with Kawakatsu Tokushige and I think Akino Kondo as well. So they are also like a book, what's it called, alt manga scholar as well. Like they do like essays and works studying, analyzing gekiga, alt manga, that sort of thing. They put out a book in collaboration with, I think it was Aran Toshika, on Hayashi Seiichi, going through like showing new one-shots and kind of just going back and looking at Hayashi Seiichi's work. So pretty important in the alt manga world, but look forward to that. That will be coming out soon by Glacier Bay Books. But yeah, this manga magazine ran for, I think, 16 issues, so 2006 to 2017. It's 2026 now, so there hasn't been an issue for years. So I think safe to say that it's probably ended by now. I don't know the exact case of that, but really cool because you can tell it's taken a lot of inspiration from Garo. What's really interesting is this first issue. This is issue number 1. It's a little bit cut off there. And yeah, Kakuu means like something like fictitious. And so each of these issues are formatted like usual for a manga magazine, but in terms of the artists, I'm not as familiar with the artists in Kakuu as I am in other manga magazines, just because they are the more like newer generation of old manga artists. So there are some people that I recognize. Well, here actually there is a Kawasaki Yukio chapter. There's Madono, I think Kazi. I don't know how to pronounce that. They like a lot of some of these people you'll find in Seirin Kogeisha. You have people like Junichiro Saito, who did Shit Chofu. I think that came from Torch Comics from what I remember, but it is a kind of newer age of alt manga that came after Garo. So this is my first flick through of these. I will definitely have to censor a lot of stuff because I haven't gone through these books beforehand, but just to give you an idea of what sort of stories are in here, what sort of art styles and stuff. So you can tell that some of these do take inspiration from the greats of the alt manga era in Garo. So you can see a lot of influences from people like Oji Suzuki, Tsuge Brothers, that sort of thing. And you kind of also see like that Heta Uma feel as well, of sorts. This is issue 2, quite a thick one as well. Special issue on the Mononoke people, something like that. I'm not too knowledgeable as well. But in terms of Kawakatsu Tokushige, you might have also seen their works in Glaiolia. I think in Glaiolia 3, there was a one-shot by him. I don't remember exactly what other Glaiolia issues there were, but I think some people may be familiar with his name. A lot of essay sections as well, interviews throughout, but very excited for this. As soon as I saw all these pop up, I knew I had to get them because for the longest time, I only had that one issue, issue 14, and it's always interesting to see how alt manga evolved after Garo, how it took inspiration from it. And this one, okay, I recognize this. This is by the initial like head of Semi Shobo, the Nishino Sorao. I have a collection of their works, like a short story collection. This appeared in that as well. But if I do recognize any manga, I will point them out, but I'm expecting to not know too many people. Okay, so we have 2010 this time. This is issue 5. Oh, we've got a subtitle here called The Undiscovered Magazine. Very fitting. Oh, actually, I do remember now. I think somewhere on the back of yes, okay. I remember seeing this briefly. Here's a print run of this. So this is issue 1. This is number 106 out of 500. Only 500 copies were put out of the first issue, at least. I don't know exactly how many oh, that's Yaki over there. How many other print runs they did for the other stuff. This is a thank you, little thank you thing, and a little print that came with it as well. So that's cute. Let me double check actually if the second issue showcases the print run. Oh, also 500. Okay, there's no serial for this one. We'll check the back of everyone just to see, but we've got issue 5 now in 2010. Very like, you know what this reminds me of? This specific image, Kage by Hayashi Seiichi, or Shadow, that is a short animated film by him that you can actually see on YouTube if you just type it in, but reminds me of that, the thumbnail of that one. But very interesting looking so far. So 2010, that's like, what, Garo ended in 2002, so 8 years after Garo. We're seeing a lot more variety. Oh, I think I recognize this one. Yes, Onchi Midori, another mangaka who I have shown off in the channel. They do this. They are very inspired by Tsugi Yoshiharu. They even attended like it was either a fan club or a group thing dedicated to Tsugi Yoshiharu, and they do their own sort of dreamlike stories as well. So cool to see them in here as well. Oh, this is very interesting. Nishimaki Hayato. This face reminds me of that that really popular like artist. I don't know, the one who does like these types of kid drawings with really big hairs. Don't know their name. Really popular right now, but anyways. Why does this look like Kikuchi Hironori? Oh, because it is. Yeah. Okay, we even have Kikuchi Hironori here. Another mangaka I'm familiar with from Axe as well. So now in my collection, I have issues from a lot of like the big alt manga magazines. So of course Garo, we have Axe, we have Kakuu, Gento, Yagyo too. Obviously I don't have everything, but now I do have something from everywhere. Also even Kaiki, that horror one too, if you count that. Yeah, I would count that because it's like indie alt stuff. So this one seems to be a Garo like a Garo, what do you call it? Table of contents summary. So we're looking at issues from 60s, 66. Oh, a bit of com as well. I actually don't have any com yet. Never really felt the need for it at the moment. Like I know I've never really read too much Tezuka. I've only really read a little bit of MW. But Tezuka has never really been on my priority list, not for any specific reason. I've watched like the remake of Dororo. I've watched Naoki Urasawa's Pluto and Red Pluto, but you know it's not actually Tezuka, so a bit different. But yeah, I know like Yamada Murasaki I think was in com. Shinji Nagashima was in com. Just really haven't explored that side of manga magazines yet. But yeah, all these are looking at the 60s, different issues and their table of contents, which is actually very useful because now in terms of how I look at table of contents, if I want to find something from Garo, if you go to like a site like Mandarake, they normally show a picture of the table of contents inside. But there are websites now that also catalog all of that. But I guess back then there might have been not many. So having this as a resource was most likely very useful back then. So it goes down to issues up to 1969. Let's see. Oh, we don't have I don't think we have a count anymore for the prints. And we also have some, this is an ad for Gento volume, issue 10. Okay, let's move on. Next one, issue 6. I don't actually recognize, now I think about it, going back and forth a little bit. First issue, cover, don't recognize who it is. Couldn't really guess. I'll just give a guess for everything. Like eventually, once I read this, I'll make their own manga magazine episodes. When I do read them, when I get to them. I think this is done by Madono. The cover of it looks done by Madono. If I had to guess, this looks like maybe something that Kawakazu might do, I reckon. Yeah, might fit, but I'm just guessing right now. Don't actually know. Okay, let's move on. I have no guess. I don't know. No idea who could have made this cover. Okay, so this was 1,000 yen. Oh, some more Kikuchi Hironori. Wow, it's a very rough looking one, which is cool. Okay. Damn, that's sick. Never seen this style of Kikuchi before. All these robots like that. Looks absolutely wild. Okay. So yeah, I'll take my time with these. No rush for me specifically. But I do recognize this mangaka. Very, oh god. Whoops. Okay. Whoops. Oh. Shit, man. Every page is... the reason why I said oh god, because I just realized, oh, it's a Manga Taro reference where they just puke and shit at the same time, done in the same art style. And then I realized too late. I want to see if I can... Okay, maybe I can... I'll show the puking part. I can't show the puking part. I'll show the reaction. It is very Manga Taro influence. I think you can tell from that. But we'll have to censor the actual thing. God, this is so tough to show, but that's fine. Here's the Kappa dude from the cover. Some more Nishino? Yes. Ah, drawn by Nishino, but... Am I stupid? Does it say Shinichi Abe? I think so. I don't even know. I'm blanking right now. Which is interesting. Oh, nice. Some more Garo table contents. Useful. Very useful. Comic at the end. Okay. How many do we have left? We have 5 left. So let's do them a little bit more quickly. Issue 8, 2010. Not sure who did the cover of this one. Don't recognize it exactly. They've romanized it as Kakuu. That's Kakuu. That's funny. Oh, don't know how to read that name, but I probably do recognize them. Madono here. Okay. Whoa. This looks cool. Who's this? Don't know. That looks cool though. Look at that. Look at all the hand drawn. Like there's no screen tones or anything. That's all hand drawn textures of that. It's like some adventure with a boy and his dog. That's cool. Damn. I have no idea whether these manga magazine issues of Kakuu do serialized stuff. Most likely not, because there was only like 16 of them. So yeah, most likely it was just centered on singular standalone one-shots. This looks also insane as well. I don't recognize the art style. But oh, some more Garo table contents. Nice. So yeah, that's the best part of buying manga magazines. You never know what you'll get. And every time, like, I find the most exciting part is all these like newcomer awards. Like they did that in Garo, they did that in Axe. I'm not sure if they did that for Kakuu specifically. This person looks familiar. Is this Hyuchi-tana? Nope. Oh, thought it was, just because of like the line work that they have. Usually detailed, but whoa, this looks insane too. I don't know who... Carl Tuppy, that's just the title name, but I don't know the actual author. Yeah, the rest of this video is just going to be me in awe at some of these. Yeah, it reminds me of Colossal Titans. These look insane. Wow, what was that? See that? Crazy. A lot of psychedelic stuff too. Is this Kikuchi as well? Maybe. Yes, it is. It is. It's a very different art style than what he normally does, but I think you can kind of tell it is Kikuchi with the amount of detail that he puts in. Ooh. Insane. Some of this stuff is... Man. Garo table contents. Nice. Okay. Let's go through the last 3. We have number 10 here. Right? Yes. I'm actually not too... Why is it? Oh, I realize it. Volume 7, number 9, number 10. I don't know what that means. Now I think about it. Wait. For example, I've got 8, 9, and 10. So 8 is volume 5, volume 6, volume 7, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10. I don't actually know what that means. Interesting. Oh, I think maybe because of the fact that there were no like volume numbers for the first couple issues, or they could be related to how many volumes to put out a year. Oh, I actually don't know anymore. Why is it like that? Anyway, it doesn't bother me, but it's just I just realized the volume and number things, they just don't make sense to me. Anyways, we'll move on with that. If anyone knows, feel free to comment and let me know as well. Oh, this looks cool. Always love when a manga magazine has a section where it goes through other manga magazines, especially like this one where it takes influence from them, is inspired by them. It's just cool having like info and research on other sources of manga. Okay, nope, can't show that. I'm just gonna skip that through. Too much nudity. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, I know it's for sure this is done by Junichiro Saito. I should have censored it from the start, but I have a very annoying time censoring everything, unfortunately. Okay, very Gekiga type mood shading of the skies and stuff. Oh, wow. Little framed works. This, oh, hold on. Woodcut. I know people who do woodcut. Yes, there we go. Fujimiya Fujito. I have one book from them. They are known, well, their whole style is actually doing woodcut manga. And, did not know they were in here. I have one book from them that I have shown off. I think it's called The Story of the guy with the box on his head. I have that. It's all completely woodcut block manga, insane, published in Axe, setting called Geisha, but it's really cool to see that he's in here too. This one looks like a silent one. Damn, nice. Okay, looking forward to reading through that. Some more Hironori Kikuchi, Madono, more Garo table contents. Oh, this one's very lengthy. This goes down to the 80s this time. Who's this? Shinichi Abe? I think so. Oh, even advertising Tsugetaro and Gento issue 11. Alright, and then the last book here, this one's a little bit different. The texture of it is a bit rougher, like the material they use for the cover of it. This one's got a cover by Shinichiro Saito. You can recognize that all the time. And you see here, there's also a little bit of a change as well. This time it says spring. It doesn't have the volume number anymore. Oh, and they've changed the Untouchable magazine. What's the other ones? Catch the New Flat. This one didn't have anything. The Undiscovered okay, nice. So they changed it up a bit. The Untouchable magazine instead. So this is the second last issue, 2017. Okay, let's see what we have here. Whoop. Okay. Oh, some type of draft note. Oh, no, never mind. Life you saved last year. Okay, we've got like a little sketch type of manga. Don't know if that is an actual like sketch, like the plans of a manga, or it's intended that way. The reason why I say that is I know sometimes it's a stylistic choice to actually have it intentionally drawn like this and published like that, but I don't recognize the mangaka, so could not say. Very long one too. Some more interviews, music related. Kikuchi, Hironori as well. Looks fun. I have this little section where the paper is more yellow. Also seems to be it's more music centered. Yep, looks like it. Oh, that's a Junichiro Saito section, I think. Yes, they are. This last one looks crazy. Looks like a horror type of work. Oh, gotta skip that. You know what? They look familiar. I feel like I've seen them from Kaiki, the other manga magazine, the horror one. A lot of familiar places. But that is the last of the Kakuu issues that I have hauled for today. So very happy with all of these. I'll be taking my time with them because I've got 9 of them to get through and a billion artists, as you see here. Look at the amount of manga articles and stuff in each volume. It's absolutely insane, but really cool stuff. I first came to know about Kakuu a couple of years ago where I saw, I think it must have been this, or one of these 2 issues for the first time. I was like, wait, is that not Garo? And you know, it's intended to mimic that cover style of Garo as well. So yeah, I was really intrigued, but I never was able to get a copy until a couple of years ago, and it's been a gap of a couple of years where now I've been able to collect all these. So I think in total I've got 10, 6 more issues to collect the rest of the run. More manageable quantity wise, but hard because very low print runs. So makes sense. They were a lot more low key of a publisher. You know, it's Dojin, it's self-published, Circle type of stuff. But yeah, it also does remind me as well. I've seen a Garo manga magazine parody where I think it was like Paro, but instead everything is like ero manga, so like erotic manga. And I think there was actually one like erotic manga parody of Neji Shiki as well, which I saw in it, which is really interesting. If I find that, I'll probably buy it, but that one is even harder to get because I don't think it's anything related to actually alt manga. I think they've just like parodied it. I don't know anything else about it besides that Neji Shiki parody, but either way, yeah, so hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Very exciting books. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.